Let's go ahead and take a look at one more problem that involves angle bisectors. If you already watched the other video, you might have noticed here that we have x's involved in our angle measurements instead of them just straight up telling us, oh, the big angle is 140 some degrees or something like that. So looking at the words first, BD bisects ABC. So ray BD is splitting angle ABC into two congruent pieces. So this angle is the same measure as this angle. What they want us to do, they want us to find measure of angle ABD, which is this one, measure of angle CBD, which is this one, and then measure of angle ABC, which is the outside larger angle. So the other ones we started with the angle addition postulate, the big angle equals the two smaller angles added together. However, that's not going to help us very much because we don't know what x is. So we're going to use this fact first. Since BD, ray BD, bisects angle ABC, that means exactly what I have marked here. That measure of angle ABD is going to be equal to measure of angle CBD. Now what do we know about those angles? We know that angle ABD, its measure is 8x plus 15. We know that angle CBD, its measure is 11x plus 23. From here we can solve this equation for x. So we can just ignore those degree signs since we have degrees on both sides. We need to get our x's on one side of the equation and numbers on the other. I'm going to start by subtracting 8x. I get 15 equals 3x plus 23. From here, that should be an 8x plus 35. I wrote this down wrong initially. This should be a 35 here. So instead of 15 here, we're going to have a 35. It will make this problem work much more nicely, I promise. Okay, from here, sorry about that, we need to undo plus 23 by subtracting 23. So I'm going to get 12 equals 3x. And when I solve that for x, divide, I get x equals 4. You might say, okay, I'm done, I found x. And that's not what they're asking for. But we can use this x to help us find the measure of angle right here, the measure of the angle right here. So let's start with angle ABD. We know that measure of angle ABD is 8x plus 35. But we know that x equals 4. So it's really 4 plus 35. 32 plus 35, or I get 32 here, plus 35, which gives me 67 degrees. So measure of angle ABD is 67 degrees. Now you can go ahead and say that CBD is also 67 degrees because we know they're congruent, but just to make sure we didn't make any mistakes anywhere else, let's double check our work. So measure of angle CBD, that expression is 11x plus 23, but we know x is 4, so we're going to sub in 4 for x. You can do this by hand in a calculator, use Desmos, whatever. You get 44 plus 23, which is also 67. So measure of angle CBD is 67 degrees. So we found CBD, we found ABD. The last one we need to find is ABC. ABC is the whole larger angle, so by our angle addition postulate, the measure of angle ABC equals the measures of the two smaller angles. Measure of angle ABD plus measure of angle CBD. Subbing in what we do not know ABC yet, that's what we're after. We now know the number for ABD, it's 67 degrees. Same thing with CBD. So to find measure of angle ABC, I just add those together. 67 plus 67 gives me 134 degrees. Now that I have found all three angles, I have answered everything that question is asking for. That is it for angle bisectors. Have a wonderful day.